Okay, so I'm back. I dyed my hair. It's supposed to be brown black, but anyways, I want to talk about anger. Um, Anger has been this huge part of my life. Like, my father has terrible anger issues. Every night before I'd go to sleep, when I was living with my grandparents growing up, there would be a fight, like between my grandmother and my dad, or between all of them, between my sister and everyone, between someone. But it was hard to deal with. Um, Growing up, I hated being at home. It just wasn't fun. It wasn't okay. I had this best friend, Stephanie, and every time I'd get home from school, I was in elementary school or even middle school. I was only there to sixth grade middle school, but uh, even when I was younger, I'd constantly be roaming the streets doing something. Um, Usually be hanging out with my friend Stephanie and, getting into mischief. And I think a lot of her is in me because she was more of a role model than, my grandparents. I definitely dress and act a lot like her, I think, because we were so close and she was older. But, anyways, my dad, he would break things. He would, you know, I never wanted to say he abused me, but there were situations that would be considered abuse. And it, I just never wanted to admit it. Like, I still have problems talking about it. It's such a touchy subject um, because I just have bad memories of, like, running away or doing this or doing that and just things happening and being thrown against chairs and being thrown on my bed and having someone in my face, like, yelling at me, like, where the spit just touches your face, and that fear, like, I know what it feels like, for someone to be so angry for, like, even no reason. He used to be a coke addict too, so when he'd go through withdrawals, like, it would be worse. And I was always the one who would get the worst out of it because I was the one apparently who always started the fights with my sister. And every time we fought, it just wasn't okay. I remember being in a car and music blasting because my sister and I were sobbing and he didn't want to listen to it. I mean, that's not how parents should react, but that's how my parents did, my father at least. Uh, I remember going to sleep, when I was younger, and I would have these nightmares. A few of them are like, they stand out till this day, and I don't want to discuss them because they're lame. But most nights, if I was upset, I would dream about how I would harm my family, how I would make things okay, how I would protect myself, how it was bad. I was an angry little child. I started acting like my father. I broke things. I slammed doors. I yelled. I said I hated you a lot. I said a lot of things, I'm sure, that if I looked back on, I know I would regret to an extent because my family doesn't. No matter all the bullshit that I went through, like, they're still my family, and I love them, and they protected me. They, helped me grow. They watched me grow. They provided a shelter over my head. And despite all of the negativity and all the bullshit, that's still my family, and I love them until the day I die, no matter who's right and who's wrong. But growing up, I wasn't so open-minded. I don't know. I tried running away a few times. I just was unhappy. And then my mom came in my life when I was 11 and started fucking things up and calling child services, and cops were coming to my doors. And, it was to this point that I was so afraid that I was going to end up in the system in foster care because of the battle between them and her trying to press charges against my dad and for whatever. And my dad's not perfect. I mean, he was in jail a couple of times, and my grandparents had to waste a lot of money for, like, an attorney and just a lot. There's so much. And anyways, when I was 13, I basically knew that my mom had just gotten my older sister and my older brother from Georgia, like made them uproot their life, and they were so unhappy being there, being up in Pennsylvania. And I wanted to be there kind of because my family, my other family was there, my siblings that I didn't grow up with were there, and I just would have a fresh start and I wouldn't be so angry, and maybe things would be better, maybe things would have been better with my mom, and I didn't know, like, I had this feeling like there was something missing, and I was so unhappy, and I just wanted to prove to everyone I could do it, So 13 years old, I packed a bag, and Christmas Day, I flew up to Pennsylvania, and I recalled hearing a conversation with my grandmother the night before about how she thought everything was going to be okay. I wouldn't make it about a month, and I'd be calling them, telling them I wanted to come home, and I missed them, and this and that, and they thought it'd be good for me. I stayed for 3 years just to prove my point because I'm stubborn. And since then, I've been struggling with where do I belong, and the belonging sucks. But back to anger. I want to go back to anger because it's an important topic. I want to move back and stuff. I grew depressed, even more depressed than I already was, and my feelings and everything kind of plummeted, and I slowly but surely worked my way back up, and then, I was on the top, and I, just was doing me, and fell in love, and then whatever, but I'm still working on me, like, I've been through a lot, but I'm okay, like, I'm happy, and I know one day I want to be happier. Like, I know things are just gonna fall into place someday. I'm gonna have a family, and whatever. I'm rambling again. So, anyways, let me just get to the point. Last night I got home and I was so angry, and I haven't been angry since I was like 13, I think. I mean, I've been in a few fights, and I've been angry before, but not with like my family, at least. I mean, I show my family respect even if they don't deserve it, because they're still my family, And last night I was so angry for no reason. I thought I was gonna have to fight my mom, like, cause her and I have gotten in fights before, but they weren't like as severe. But I was at the point that if she would have stolen my money, because I was under the impression she had stolen my money, because she has when I was younger, but it was a great deal of money, and I felt like she was going to try to blame my sister, and there's like this huge like fight going on with custody battle between my mom and my sister at the moment. There's a lot going on in my life, but it's cool. It's gravy. But I don't know, I just imagine everything happening before it happened, and I was so ready to just hit her. Like, I have held in so much, and I still have respect for her, even though she's like a pathological liar and like a fucking hypocrite and manipulator, and she's not a great person, but she tries now. I think things are better, at least, so that's good news. I'm always hoping things get better. But anyways, yeah, I thought I was gonna have to sprawl with her, and I would have gone ham. I had a lot to get out, like a lot of shit that I've kept inside that I would have loved to fight. I'm glad it wasn't my mom. I'm glad last night didn't happen. And I don't want to be that person. Like, I don't want to have revenge on someone or get even with someone. I don't like those feelings of those angry. It's not me. And I don't know. Got a lot of things to work on, but I'm doing pretty well. So that's awesome. We're back at 9:30. We have 30 seconds left. I don't even know what this is. But yeah. Anger. It's not the greatest feelings, and it can consume you entirely and make you a person that like the Hulk. I don't like being green. Green's not my color. I think purple is more my color. For real. Hopefully I won't be sick when I make a video next. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks for watching.